welcome to my channel. It's your girl Fiery Moon here to do the weekend vibe reading. You guys know this reading is not specific to any of the zodiac sign. It is a general reading, so like I always say, take what resonates and leave the rest. I know that time as well as energy is fluid, so this could be something that you've already went through, something that may be presently going on for you, or something that may be to come in the future. But as I always say, know your timeline, know your situation and your story, and most importantly, know your energy. I'm gonna just be jumping right in. I am gonna be starting with the Psychic Tarot deck to get an overall energy for the weekend. So let's see what messages need to come through in regards to the energy for the weekend. We are still in Mercury retrograde. I believe Jupiter is going retrograde in Pisces as well. I believe it is in the next few days, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong though. But I know we're in Mercury retrograde until I believe the 22nd of June. So currently the sun is in Gemini, the moon is in Libra. So there is some, we really have all of the elements at play right now. So we're just gonna see what messages need to come through in regards to the energy for this weekend. The collective, what messages of guidance, healing, truth, love, and wisdom do we need for the collective? Bottom of the deck we have fulfillment of wishes, which is giving me like 9 of Cups energy. So for some of you, there is like maybe a wish fulfillment coming in for you. But up under that, we have mental conflict. So I feel like, for one, this fulfillment of wishes card is a number 9, which speaks to, completion. So the completion of a cycle. But I also think and I'm feeling like with the mental conflict, this is something that, you may be fearing is, not coming in for you. But it could also just be the moon and Libra energy as well that has you, conflicted about maybe what even, what is your wish fulfillment, what makes you happy. Because it's like whatever you're in right now with the base chakra coming out, which is the root chakra, it's almost like you're discontent And it says boredom, discontent, and boredom. Now, whether this is a job, person, place, or thing, you could be, trying to figure out what you can do that makes you happy as far as work goes, or if it's a person, like what type of person brings you this type of energy. Some of you may have a person in mind, some of you may not. But I just feel like whatever it is, it's like you're trying to get clear, because I feel like a Two of Swords energy off of this mental conflict. Like there's something that you're not seeing. And it could truly be what the universe is trying to, like put in front of you, but you're resisting with the stand your ground card. But the stand your ground card is also like, get sure, stand firm in, what you believe. If you're in a job or in a relationship or in, whatever type of dynamic it may be for you, where you may, like, you feel like you have to stand up for yourself, do just that. Do what you feel is right. What messages do we need in regards to the weekend for the collective? This is a new deck, so just bear with me. What's going on for the collective? In regards to the energy for this weekend. What messages do we need for the collective? What messages do we need? So, what do we have? Alright, so what came out is deception and envy. Then we have a firm foundation. And then we have, that came out together, moving on with the solar plexus chakra. Bottom of the deck we have the Emperor energy, which says authority. And then we have the Eight of Swords, which says trapped in fear. With fertility, which is the Empress. So we have an Emperor and an Empress here. And obstacles and challenges. So what I'm feeling just off of this energy here, whether you're the masculine or the feminine, I feel like it is the masculine energy, but energy can be vice versa or interchangeable. This is almost that mental conflict energy that I was feeling, that showed up in the bottom of the deck. But it's almost like this masculine energy is, feeling, could literally be feeling like trapped in fear, trapped in their thoughts. And it could be over this Empress energy here, or it's just giving me an energy of like, I almost feel like this Emperor is like losing control. Because it is authority, but trapped in fear is making me feel like either he's lost this Empress or he feels like he's losing control of a situation, which is creating, you know, obstacles and challenges, which is almost like a Five of Wands energy. But with this passion ignited, you know, it's the Ace of Wands energy. So this is like a Five of Wands with the Ace of Wands. And with that firm foundation, that is the Four of Wands. So that's what's in between. Some type of, you know, foundation. Wanting to, like, almost like I said, that this is also speaking to that root chakra energy, that base chakra. Like, it says firm foundation, like, or even like they could be in their head over how to build, you know, a new beginning with this Empress, and they're trapped in their head about it. But with this deception and envy, it could be some deception or envy going on in a situation, whether that's at work or in a home situation, that, you know, I feel like this masculine is seeing. But I also feel like it could be, you know, the deception and envy within themselves, that because of the mental conflict and the overthinking that's going on with that Two of Swords and Eight of Swords, which from the Two of Swords and that mental conflict to the Eight of Swords is this Six of Swords, which is moving on. So some of you may be moving away from a foundation due to deception and envy. And with the solar plexus chakra, which, you know, basically represents the sun, you're heading towards, you know, that sun energy, you know, heading towards your happiness. Or I feel like, you know, you're moving away from, you know, a foundation that may have seemed like it was, you know, firm and sturdy, but it turned out to be faulty, is what I'm feeling with that deception and envy, because that's like the Seven of Swords. And from the 6 to the 7 is the Ace of Swords. So there could be some truth or clarity, you know, coming out that this Emperor is seeing. But let's jump into the tarot. I'm going to be using the Morgan Greer Tarot. What messages do we need in regards to the weekend for the collective? Messages do we need in regards to this energy and spread for the collective for this weekend? What messages do we need in regards to this energy? Like, there's so much mental energy going on right now. Like, I could just feel like maybe even like a third eye and crown chakra, because all of this up here is just like you know, pulsating. I feel like somebody is overthinking, like, to the extreme. Because I almost feel like this deception and envy is, you know, now being, you know, realized because of how he's pulled up the mask. Collective in regards to this energy that's spread. Bottom of the deck we have the Ace of Swords, which is that truth, that clarity. It could also be communication for some. But with the Five of Cups, like, I feel like someone could be like, even, you know, feeling regret over, you know, the past, in which, you know, because you see, like, the back is turned, they didn't see the truth of it. But it has me feeling like either this realization will be coming in, or for some of you, you had this realization of what maybe a connection really was, because you do have the Two of Cups behind them as well. It is like, you know, masculine energy. With the King of Cups here. I almost feel like, yeah, like there's like a reviewing of even why whoever, whether this King of Cups is you or another person, is feeling like this. And it's like almost because they didn't see the truth of a situation, because they were so focused on this here. But now that's, you know, spilled over. And it makes me feel like there was like a sacrifice of this king's own happiness. This is the Nine of Cups. We've seen it twice. Let's see what comes out. I don't want to make this too long. Oh, that's too many. I'll take this. There's so much masculine energy that's coming out. And you guys know, like I always say, it doesn't have to be a man. It could be a woman as well. It's just energy. messages do we need? There's that Two of Swords. I'm not gonna take those. Can you give me less cards, please? Still want to give me 3. I'm not gonna argue with you. I'm not gonna argue with you. All right. So what we have out is under deception and envy, we have the 7 of Wands with the Knight of Swords and the Lovers. Under firm foundation, we have the Moon with the Two of Swords. And then under moving on with the solar plexus, we have the King of Pentacles with Temperance, the 4 of Pentacles, and the 9 of Wands. Bottom of the deck, we have the 6 of Wands, the 7 of Cups, the Page of Cups, and the Wheel of Fortune. So with this bottom of the deck energy, like I said, it's heavy masculine energy on the board. But I feel like whoever this masculine energy is, whether it's you or another person, they are like, especially with this Emperor energy at the bottom in authority, it's almost like they're taking their power back because they're coming out of this illusion here. And it could also be ego with the 6 of Wands, but whatever it is, they're moving forward away from this 7 of Cups energy, which is like emotional confusion. It could also be looked at as like options as well, but it's like they're moving out. I feel like it's more emotional confusion than anything, and you know, coupled with ego that they're moving away from, because we have the 6 to the 7 of Wands here, so that's a progression. But with the Page of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune, for most of this energy, I feel like it's because they've had a realization of the self with the Page of Cups. But, you know, the Page of Cups could also be looked at as like an emotional offer. It's not big because it is a page, but it's like an emotional offer. It could be communication. You know, some people look at it as an apology, but with the Wheel of Fortune, it's almost like realizing like it's time to go ahead and, you know, let the wheel turn, close out this cycle. And also with Judgment here, I feel like there's a lot of divine, you know, intervention going on to help bring them out of this 8 of Swords and the 5 of Wands. We've seen both of those, which is, will bring in, you know, justice. And this Queen of Wands, the feminine energy, could be you, or, you know, vice versa. If you're the masculine, or, you know, they're the masculine and you're the feminine, however it goes. But it's almost like to almost come towards you. So they can come out of this almost like this conflict and, you know, like mental prison that they're in. They're like stepping into their power to set themselves free. Ooh. But for a while, I feel like with the Seven of Wands, there was a resistance to, you know, this energy here, whether it was being done to the masculine or they were doing it to themselves. They were like resisting not seeing the truth about a connection with the Knight of Swords and the Lovers. And like I said, with the firm foundation, with the moon, it's almost like it was an illusion that this foundation was firm. You know, because that's what it is. It's illusions. The moon is illusions. It's secrets and fear. That, you know, with the Two of Swords, you either didn't want to, you know, realize or accept as the masculine energy. But it's almost like with the moon, you know, it illuminates, so it's coming to light. And I feel like this energy is past. But I'm going to clarify this Knight of Swords because either they were resisting cutting off a connection, or there could be some communication that may be coming in about a connection. So tell me about the Lovers. One more. So for some of you, I'm seeing it two ways. Some of you could be seeing the connection of or could be seeing like the truth of a connection where you were resisting seeing, you know, any, you know, deception and envy within it before. It's like you're seeing it now, especially as this Knight of Wands. And you may be telling this person, like, you know, I'm cutting this off, number one, because I need something more balanced and reciprocal. And on the other side, I'm seeing it as, if that's the case, that would be that Queen of Wands. But on the other end, I see like, if you're, how can I put it? Outside of that Queen of Wands, this masculine energy could be looking at a different connection in which they want to, you know, they're ready to put in the work with the Eight of Pentacles and move towards you. We have the Six of Swords out here twice. This could definitely be for counterparts. Because it's like now, you know, he's ready to come into, like, it's still wanting that reciprocation or reciprocity, but it's also like now he's, you know, thinking clear and feeling clear about this connection, whether it's going towards a new connection and leaving one and going towards another, or if it's just, you know, the realization of maybe they don't, you know, maybe they feel like the connection that they were in is just, you know, not balanced. They were giving more than they were getting. But let's look at the moon. Tell me about the moon. Just because I see it right here, and now we have 2 8s. It's a lot of doubles, so this could definitely be for the counterparts. If you're one, you know. But with the moon, it's, you know, moving out of that illusion and out of this 8 of Swords energy. They're coming out of that, you know, they're releasing the fear. They're moving away from the fear. Give me one more for the moon. Tell me about the moon. 2 minutes. Look, I knew this Ace of Swords was going to show up again. But we have, you know, the 8 of Wands with the 9 of Swords. This could also, well, let me say it like this. This 9 of Swords could be, you know, feeling stuck. So with the Ace of Swords, with the truth, they're going to be set free. And this could also be like communication as well of whatever is going on. Like somebody could be communicating to you how, you know, they were stuck in something, you know, or, you know, needing to talk because they were having like sleepless nights, anxiety, some nightmares even, because that's what the 9 of Swords represents. But they could also just be moving out of this energy, and the 8 of Wands is fast movement. So moving away from this energy by way of the Ace of Swords, because this is also that 5 of Cups, that discontent energy and boredom, like, in a way, you know, but it's also like regret. Let's look at the 2 of Swords, because I feel like this pile is the past, this is the present, and this is the future over here, which we'll get to. The 2 of Swords. Yeah. We have the World, which speaks to, you know, like endings and new beginnings. And with them coming out of this illusion, I almost feel like this 8 of Wands could also be the divine guidance being, you know, coming in, because the 8 of Wands is like spiritual communications as well. You know, helping to push them out of this 2 of Swords energy of, you know, not knowing what to do. And it's basically saying like you need to go ahead and close out this energy, because it could have been, you know, self-deception. As like, I feel that heavy, because the 2 to the 9 is the 7 of Swords, which is this. But the World is here to help, you know, whether it's you or the other person, close out this cycle. And for some of you, if they're still in this stalemate energy and not seeing the truth of the situation, or having that clarity, or refusing, because the 2 of Swords is also refusal to look at the truth, because you don't have to stay in this energy, but it's almost like a refusal as well, refusing to close out this cycle. So this new beginning that, you know, is trying to come in for them is just going to be a repeat with the Devil energy here. It's almost like it's like they're gonna repeat a karmic cycle. But this could also be, how can I put it, like, Yeah, like it'll be a repeat of, you know, a toxic cycle because of this refusal. But I also see it's like someone could, you know, be refusing to close out this cycle because they have like addictions or, you know, obsessions, which could be, you know, sexual, because the Ace of Wands is a phallic card. It represents the male phallic. But that's only for some of you. Not all of you. Give me one more for the Two of Swords. So we have the Three of Cups. So for some of you, if they're not resisting this, if they're no longer resisting the truth, they're closing out a cycle for a reconciliation. If they are resisting whatever truth or clarity that's trying to come in for them, it's like I said, it's just a repeat of a cycle that could involve, you know, other people or like a third party with the Three of Cups that, you know, they just feel trapped in. But it's, you know, causing conflict. And it's like justice is here to, like, either are you gonna do yourself the justice, you know, and close out this cycle. Maybe, you know, the cycle that they've been in is like, or you was constant, you know, third parties. But with justice, like I said, is either you have to make the decision to close out this cycle, or they're gonna, you know, the universe is, you know, gonna just, your justice will be, like your karma will be to keep reliving the same cycle. But with moving on, which I feel like what most of this energy is like moving away from, it's so that you can become more stable and grounded in yourself. Because we do have temperance here. So, and like you guys always hear me say, temperance trumps the devil. So with temperance being here in the future position is telling me that, for one, like, you're gonna make the right choice. Because it's like, you're wanting balance in whatever situation this is, but you're also looking back at how, you know, with the Nine of Wands, like, in a sense, like, you don't really want to let it go. Let's look at this Four of Pentacles. It's like you refuse to, you know, like, open up to even allow temperance to come in and balance out the situation for you. It's the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, we have death and the Six of Cups, which is what you're holding on to. You don't, whoever this energy is, they don't like change. They keep running back to the past. They refuse to, like, almost transform. But they, you know, they hold on, like, to that energy. And it's basically like the cards are saying, like, either you're gonna transform your past and rectify this pattern that you're doing, or you're gonna keep recreating it until you're ready to transform. But this Nine of Wands, you know, is normally looked at as the wounded warrior. Like, it's giving me an energy of, like, you may be, you know, looking at this and seeing this, and you're, especially coupled with temperance, you're ready to allow the situation to be tempered out by, you know, transforming this pattern to get more balance and bring in this Ace of Pentacles. but it requires you to like drop your ego with the Five of Swords. That's what a lot of this is. There's a lot of wands out here as well. But what's the Nine of Wands? And then we'll get the guidance or advice. What's the Nine of Wands? I don't even know. I believe it was the Five of Pentacles. Yeah, you're realizing that you need to free yourself with the Page of Swords and the Eight of Swords. So you are reviewing this, which could be this Mercury retrograde energy, but you are reviewing and seeing now as the Page of Swords as with a new perspective. I feel like with a new set of eyes, that you need to go ahead and free yourself from this conflict that you're causing to yourself internally, and drop the burden with the Ten of Wands of this toxic energy. And that's how you bring in balance with the Six of Pentacles. I love it. Yeah, so dropping this, or at least you know this is what you need to do. You know, we all have free will, so whether you do it, only you know. But if you're tired of like, it's like trying to recreate the wheel. Like you want something new, but you won't let the old stuff go so that the new stuff can come in, and it just doesn't work like that. So the guidance or advice is going to come from the Spirit Animal Oracle. I freaking love this deck. I haven't used it yet. And then look, oh my God, all I did was split the cards, but look where I split it. At Koala Spirit. Spirit has a plan. What's the guidance or advice in regards to this energy for the weekend, for the collective? What's going on in regards to this energy and spread? What messages do we need in regards to the collective pertaining to the energy for this week? And what's the guidance or advice? I just looked up and seen 43. So bottom of the deck is the Seahorse Spirit. Watch and wait. Is at the bottom of the deck, which I feel like if this hasn't happened yet for some of you, watch and wait, because there's going to be some clarity in whatever situation you're in, even if this is a work situation. Watch and wait. Let's see what comes out. What's the guidance or advice in regards to this energy and spread for the collective? Yo, thank you, Spirit. I freaking love you. I am gonna get another one. So depending on, like, I just feel like this is just overall guidance. The watch and wait card come out, and you guys see me shuffle. But it's just like, watch and wait, especially if you're a counterpart and, you're the feminine counterpart who's waiting on, it's not even like waiting on, but who's dealing with the masculine that may be going through this in his own life outside of you. Just watch and wait. Because for some of you, like I said, there is a reconciliation energy here, especially with the World and the Three of Cups. And it says time to collaborate at the bottom. With the, what is this? The ant spirit. Or even if this is in regards to work, just watch and wait. And it's like almost like by you closing out this cycle, even if you're leaving a job or contemplating leaving a job, it's the cycle is closing on that, so that you can be aligned with people that you can, better collaborate with. Give me one more, please, Spirit. Y'all know sirens are my confirmation. Give me one more, please. Oh, I love it. Oh, I love it. Yo, the readings today have just been super lit. I fucking love it. I love it. Because we have the wolf spirit. Turn knowledge into wisdom. Like I said, there is a knowing, and even if you don't have that knowing, it's coming in. There is clarity that is coming in, and it's time for you to really use whatever clarity or knowledge that's coming, and use it wisely, because Spirit is trying to come in and assist you. And with Owl Spirit, it says you see clearly now. Yes, and you're seeing this. You cannot make this shit up. And again, we have the 43, which breaks down to a 7. And, like I said, I feel like this deception and stuff is now, deception and envy is being seen. You see how he's lifting up the mask. But the owl speaks to, like that higher knowledge, that wisdom. And it's time for you to heal this past pattern of yours. And we have 5 and 5, which is a 10, which speaks to the ending of cycles. I love it. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. Yes. So, like I said, depending on which way this may go for you, the clarity that you seek is coming in, but whatever this clarity is, or realization or information, because there is a lot of swords out here, it's to help push you forward, it's to help get you in alignment with where the people, places, and things, and where you need to be to be your best self. Just take your power back. So as always, I thank you for tuning in with me. I hope everyone enjoys, the weekend. Stay safe, sending love and light. And again, I did make this announcement on the Daily Oracle. If you haven't watched it, I'll just remind you guys again that this will be the last reading, at least for the next week. But, I'll see how long, Spirit is, keeping me on this break. I have, some things that I need to tend to. And, I'm hoping that I'll be back before, even though Cancer season starts this week, I want to be back before we get too far into Cancer season, you know, to get out the monthlies, but I'm allowing Spirit to guide me. So, you know, I'm saying this week, but it may be longer. And if it is, I'll definitely be here for the mid-monthlies. At least I'm hoping, I'm keeping my fingers crossed. But like I said, Spirit is, you know, guiding me, and there are some things that I need to take care of personally. So, as always, I thank you guys. And if anything should change between now and then, I will definitely put an update up. But for right now, I love you guys. I thank you guys, and I will see you upon my return. All right, later.